Yes, my people, welcome to Liontekz TV. Making sure you like and subscribe to the channel because every little helps like Tesco's. You get me, bruv? Today we are going to be reacting to the Arteta, aka Pandemic Pep, press conference for Newcastle people. You get me? So, boy, this is going to be very interesting. You get me? So, brother, strap on your seatbelts, people. Like I said, it's going to be another bumpy ride with this absolute fraud. Get me? So let me share the press conference reaction and we're going to go through it, people. And we're going to dissect it and literally obliterate this clown, fam. Like we need to. You get me? Because he needs to be exposed for the fraudulence that this man talks about. You get me? So, here we are, fam. So, Arteta's pre-Newcastle press conference, yeah? So, we're going to go through it. You get me? So, on if Kai Havertz could be involved. So, the PR has come out about flipping 29 yet again, bruv. What a joke. He says, we are going to decide that tomorrow. So you're basically trying to say, yeah, that he's going to be involved in this game against Newcastle. You're basically saying, yeah, he's going to be in the squad then. Is that what you're telling me? All the PR's going to start going on. He's done certain parts of the sessions in the last 2 days and looks in great shape. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The suck fest. Sucking him off. Pause. You get me? But I think it's more of a shout out to the medical staff, the doctors especially, to give the clearance and how Kai actually feels to contribute if required. Well, it's not really required. It's the end of the season, bro. You might as well just not play him, fam. What's the point? What's the point, fam? You only want to play him, yeah, because you can't, because you love the fact, yeah, that he was your 65 million down the drain player, fam. So you have to justify that, fam. And he's your favorite striker. You don't like getting strikers because of this guy, bruv. This you, yeah, is the reason why we don't get strikers, because of him, bruv. It's a joke, fam. On how much credit Kai deserves for getting back quickly, it's unbelievable. His work rate and the work that he's done. All right, cool. Yeah, he may have worked hard, whatever. Still doesn't make a difference, fam. He's not good enough, bro. Sell him in the summer. A lot of credit to the medical staff for the work they have done throughout the last few months, because between them, they have been pushing each other. So this manager makes everything fucking dramatic, innit? It's like he's a storyteller, fam. I'm telling you now, he just likes to tell stories. Get me? It's crazy, bro. We know how important Kai is for us, but it's not that important, fam. He's more important to you, fam. But the fans, the real fans, can't stand him, fam. Let's be real. He ain't important to this fucking team, bro. Stop gaslighting us, blood. Stop chatting shit, bro. Get me? But no one will question him in the press conference saying, why would he be so important? He's not important for us. He's fucking shit. You know what I mean? And the fact that he looks in great shape, good for him. I think he's improved a lot in the metrics. Another buzzword, people. Metrics that are very important for a striker to give himself the best chance. One, he's not a striker, by the way. So stop saying he's a striker. He's not a striker and he's not good enough to be one striker. You see the transformation in him. It's been really impressive. Bruv, you've not even seen the man come on the fucking pitch, brother. You're saying the transformation has been impressive. What crack are you smoking, Arteta, bruv? You're chatting absolute fucking bollocks, bruv. And I'm sick and tired of it. Anyways, moving on, fam. Before I end up losing my temper, bruv. You get me? Anyways, on injury updates for Rice, Trossard, Martinelli and Timber, all suffer with hamstring injuries. Is that a coincidence? No, because this manager's running them into the ground. You get me? But no one wants to question him on that. How come so many players have got grade 3 hamstring injuries this season? No one wants to question that though, isn't it? Funny that. Get me? They've done lots of parts of the season, not a complete session. So we're going to have to wait and see tomorrow if they can deal with things that they haven't done because we weren't ready to do that by the end of the week. This guy, just honestly, that listening to this guy, yeah, I swear, fam, he makes my head hurt. He literally makes my head hurt, fam, because I can't stand the shit that he comes out with. It's bullshit, bruv. Get me? Sorry, people. I'm gonna digress, fam. On how deep the players have had to dig in this season. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's been a phenomenal effort. Phenomenal, you know. Man said phenomenal. We ain't fucking won a trophy, blood. Man said it's phenomenal. What have we done, bruv? What have we done this season that's so phenomenal? Understanding the circumstances. In our last home game, it was a very special occasion. It was our chance to wrap up the Champions League and put ourselves in a strong position for the second leg, and in a way to say thank you again to all of our supporters for the amazing season. Well, we didn't fucking turn up, did we, fam? Get me? We got bopped off the park. We didn't even try, and we lost, fam. You know what I mean? But it's been an amazing season, people. It's been an amazing season. This is the reason why I want this fraud out my club, fam. Because if he thinks this is an amazing season, then the guy's too far gone, fam. He's way too far gone, fam. I'm telling you now, fam. He needs to unplug himself from the Arteta matrix. Big up to Nomsky. Get me? The Arteta matrix, bruv. You get me? It's crazy, bruv. You know what I mean? They've been on every journey in every ground, making the effort to travel with us everywhere and at home as well. I think it's one of the best in the season when you have to just say thank you to them and just say that they feel as well about the team. My God, honestly, this, bruv. Let me just move on. Honestly. On if the players have one more big performance in them, they do. Not one. We need two. And now we are going to start with that one. We're going to need a big one and be very clinical because we know the qualities of Newcastle. Yeah, you do, because you've lost to them 3 times in a row and we've not even scored a goal, brother. You get me? So yeah, we're going to have to be clinical to beat them because we weren't clinical the last time because of your so-called fucking striker that you've just been gassing up a minute ago, missing open fucking goals against them. But you didn't mention that though, did you? You fucking prick. Anyways, we know the results that we have had against them lately. Yeah, I bet you do. And how thin the margins are. The margins weren't thin. We got outclassed in all 3 games with them. And especially how clinical we have to be up front to score goals. So why didn't you buy a striker then? Get me? You're relying on Kai Havertz, who's not clinical. Marino is not too clinical up front. We need an out-and-out striker, fam, but you don't want to do it. And then you want to talk about we have to be clinical. You ain't going to be clinical if you ain't got an out-and-out goal scorer, brother. You get me? So, yeah, think about that one. You know what I mean? On the importance of finishing runners-up. Here we go. Don't accept second place, guys. Don't accept second place, guys. It looks like you're accepting second place, my bro. Yet again, third season in a row, fam. Get me? And we might not even finish fucking second, bruv. Depending on what this game goes like on Sunday, fam. You have to always be as good as you possibly can. The dream of winning the Premier League this season is gone. But I thought you said it was over your dead body, fam. I thought you said it was over your dead body. So if it's over your dead body, where's the funeral, fam? I'll bring the Undertaker and Paul Bearer. I'll pull Bearer from the fucking You get me? To come and bury you alive, blood. You get me? This guy's a joker, fam. I'm telling you. And the best of the rest and feel the pain to be better. We've been feeling the pain for the last 2 seasons, bro. Has it made us any better? No, it hasn't. So get out of my club, bro, because you're chatting bollocks, bro. You're chatting bollocks. On players potentially saying their home farewells on Sunday, who gives a fuck? Honestly, bro. Anyone that actually cares about that, fam, you need your brains tested. You need to reevaluate your life, blood. This bullshit, bruv. There's nothing to celebrate. You get me? All they're gonna do is do a little walk around the pitch with their families and that, cool, whatever. And that's it, bruv. There's nothing to celebrate, fam. It's dead. On players' potential, well, I would like to talk specifically about anybody. There are a few cases. We'll try to follow our gratitude and how much we love them, how much we appreciate the time we had been together, and hopefully our supporters can do the same with them. My man sounds like he's just in a relationship or something, fam. Man's moving zesty, bruv. Like, get out of here, man. Flipping, what is this? Flipping Romeo and Juliet, bruv. You get me? Like, this man, fam. This man makes everything look dramatic, fam. That is fucking full-on narcissist, this guy is, man. Full-on narcissist, fam. On his feelings reflecting on this season. Until we finish the last game and get that feeling and some time to analyze, I prefer not to do that exercise yet. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You get me? Because when you analyze and you look at yourself in the mirror, you know you fucking failed, bro. But you try to dress it up and make it sound like it's been a great season, a successful season. Yeah, it's another successful season without a trophy, bro. Like I predicted at the beginning of the season. Run the videos back, people. Run the videos back from last year. I was saying it, fam. You get me? I predicted all of this crap. You know what I mean? On if Newcastle are a bogey team for us, they're a very difficult team for any opposition. I think what Eddie and the staff and as a club they've done over the last few years is remarkable. They've been very, very, very consistent and very difficult to play against, like we've been. Well, he asked you, is it a bogey team for us? And he just deflected and said, it's a difficult team for any opposition. He weren't asking about any opposition. He was asking about Arsenal, brother. Answer the question, bro. That's the thing about this manager, yeah? He deflects everything, blood. Man's just deflecting, bruv. You get me? Bare deflections, bruv. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bruv. On what makes Newcastle so difficult to play against. They dominate most aspects of the game. They are great when they have an attack. They have to attack a low block. And they have a lot of presence in the box. Of course they do. But if they need to run set pieces, run transitions, defend the low block, or if the game has to get physical, they're ready to do that. The way they compete, they are smart. They try to take advantage of a lot of things like any good team, and you have to dominate a lot of things, even if you're not up to the top of the table in this league. More waffle, more waffle, more waffle. Moving on, fam. I'm not even wasting my time on that idiot, bruv. On how special has the atmosphere been at the Emirates this season? Oh my God, honestly, man. Look at the questions that they're asking him as well. Fuck me, bruv. He said, I think it's growing and growing. And that's what we want to do. I think we have raised expectations so much we understand what they want. Do you though? Because we want trophies. Do you understand that? We want trophies, brother. Trophies. Tangibles, bruv. We want results. Trophies. Understand that, innit? We want it more than anyone else, and the journey makes sense when you have that support. The journey, guys. Where's the destination then? Where's the destination? Or are we just going on a journey to nowhere, bruv? I've never seen a journey, yeah, where you don't reach your destination, fam. Literally, bruv. Unless, yeah, something catastrophic has happened, you normally reach your destination, fam. You know what I mean? Crazy. And love and the chemistry between the people that feel very attached to the club, the players and the staff, and I think that's the case. But we know that we all want much more. Well, you may say you want more, but you don't do anything to flippings to ensure that you want more, do you? On if increased expectation leads to increased pressure, it has to be, especially internally. I think it's much how much you demand of yourself and how much we demand of the person next to him, and the crowd and the supporters is always a big measure as well, because it has to exist, that connection as well, that demand between all of us to be better. Then we can get better at the small margins that can define winning trophies or not. So why don't you do it then? How come we haven't got better then? How come we haven't done and taken the necessary precautions to get better? This man's a serial waffler, bruv. On if we have any regrets this season, I wouldn't use that word. Really? Okay. I think you probably have regrets in your life. Another deflection tactic, and anything that you do in professional life as well is if you haven't done your best, more deflections. I can guarantee you and give you my word that we all tried our best. If you asked if we wanted a different outcome, especially how close we came again, then the answer is yes. But that doesn't undermine a lot of incredible things that this team has done in the context that we play against the opposition that we play with the circumstances that we did. It's impossible to undermine. What are you fucking talking about, bruv? What are you talking about? Man said incredible things. What the fuck have we done this season that's incredible? And before you say anything, you're probably going to say, oh, it's Real, we beat Real Madrid over 2 legs. Yeah, that's just a moment, fam. It led to nothing, though, did it? What did it lead to? Us getting eliminated in the semi-finals, losing to PSG over both legs. How about that, fam? About in the context we play. He's basically trying to blame injuries as the reason why we didn't achieve this season. Let's be real. The players that were injured, yeah, most of them don't even get in the first team. Let's just be real. It's only maybe 1 or 2 that do. That's it, bruv. Your squad weren't that depleted, fam. You had most of your best players playing this season. You know what I mean? What we doing here, bruv? Apart from Gabriel, who else is injured that's fucking in the first team? Come on, man. What we doing there? Just this man is chatting bollocks, bruv. Absolute bollocks, bruv. And this is why he needs to get the fuck out of my club, bruv. Because he chats shit, bruv. Anyways, I digress, fam. On whether he gets credit for how he's brought us over the last 5 years. Oh, my God. I already know where this is going, fam. But let's continue. I don't know, but it's not something I'm looking for. I'm looking to give my very best to facilitate and give my vision, my work, and people bring it together to get this club as far as we possibly can, as quickly as possible. I guarantee you that is what we've been doing for the last 5 years of my life. Really? Really? Okay. What a load of bollocks. Yeah. On if William Saliba has developed into the player he thought he would, considering that you loaned him out for 3 years in a row, you would think that he needed to develop, bruv. But that's not because of you. You get me? He developed elsewhere and he brought his development to Arsenal and thrived. You get me? Anyways, I digress. Yes, and I think he's on an amazing trajectory. Another buzzword, trajectory. I think when you look in Europe, centre backs at this stage, to do what he's already done in the game, there's not that many. There's a lot of factors that have contributed to that. First one is him, his character, his professionalism, how much he demands himself. The second is the environment that he's got around him, especially the players that he plays with, the way they look after him, the way they promote him and hide the qualities and weaknesses of the player. And there's still so much to come from him. Yeah, but how long is he going to be willing to wait, winning no trophies, bro, before he ends up at Real Madrid? That's the question you should have asked him, really. Because the man came out and said, I want to win trophies, bro. So he ain't winning trophies at Arsenal. So is he going to Real Madrid then? You know what I mean? Right there, he could feel his ambitions and his potential at Real Madrid. He could fulfill all of that, bro, over there. You know what I mean? Moving on if this is the summer for Max Darwin and Jack Porter with the England under-17s, he says talking to them is the biggest tournament that exists in the world. When you play for your country at that level, it doesn't get much better than that. I'm really happy for those two, and hopefully they'll have an amazing tournament and bring it home. Yeah, he couldn't care less about that tournament, bro. Let's not lie, bro. He could not care less about that. You get me? That was just some fucking jargon bullshit, bruv. On Miles Skelly not being nominated for the Premier League Young Player of the Year award, he said that's nothing to do with me, the nominations. We know that Miles has done this season. I think the sample size of what he's done is very, very, very short. And now it's about proving that you can do it every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, every 2 years, 3 years. And that's the most difficult thing in football. Consistently, at every level in performances, in your behavior, and continuously developing your game and contributing to winning football matches. It's not about you, and Miles is certainly in the right trajectory. So, okay, you're talking about consistency at every level in performances in your behavior. So where's the consistency in your managing, your level of managing, and your behavior when you're managing? Where's the consistency on that then? On working with Andrea Berta has been like in comparison to Edu. Oh Lord, there we go. Very good. We are very completely different personalities. Oh, of course he is. He takes no shit and you're full of shit. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And he can see through your fucking bullshit, bruv. You get me? Trust me. Personalities, characters, and backgrounds, but he's someone who's been very driven and very clear ideas, vision, and how he wants to achieve, and very supportive of everything that he's done here, with a lot of people who have contributed massively to the position that we are in today as a club, the squad that we have, the players and the staff that we have, and he's ready to add value to make us better. That's the reason why we chose him to be here with us. Oh, okay. So you're trying to say you chose Andrea Berta then? No, it was the Cronkies that employed Andrea Berta, not you, bruv. You ain't got the power to include anyone. Oh, that's why we chose him. I hope you're talking about the Cronkies or not you, brother. You get me? Because they're the ones that brought him in. On if we are fully aligned on what we want to do in the summer. Well, yeah, I bet they're not, fam. On what we want to do, yes. On what we can do, I don't know. I think sometimes from the plan that we had and actually what we're able to execute, I've never been able to replicate it exactly. This is football, and it happens in every football club. That's why we plan certain ways, and okay, If we cannot do it, we'll do something else. I think the aim is clear, but then you have to just do it slowly, thing by thing, and start to achieve. It's a big part of that. A big part of that as well is keeping and making sure that the players are here and happy and they feel valued and they're willing to continue with us. That's very important. Okay, so why don't you make Ethan more valued then? Why don't you make him more happy and make him feel valued in the squad? Why don't you do that, fam? Instead of shunning him to the side like he's a piece of fucking garbage. Absolutely pathetic. Waffler, bruv. Serial waffler, fam. I'm telling you, this guy, bruv, at his peak. On if we were not fully aligned on the players that we want, he says, if that happens, that means we cannot explain ourselves well enough and we are not clear enough on what we want. But I guarantee you that hasn't happened. Oh, don't worry. There's still time. There's still time, Arteta. You get me? Because we ain't got to the summer yet. We ain't got to the summer yet, fam. So we'll see if you still have that same energy. You get me? When Berta's flipping getting all the players and you don't want half of these players. Let's see if you still have that same energy then, innit? And it doesn't happen in a 5.5 years with Edu. I guarantee you the same with Andrea. Well, Andrea and Edu are not the same people. Just to let you know. They are good to say, Mikel, look at this and what this we need. And I say go for it and do it again. If not, it's because I will ask that many questions and we will have so much work that it will be so evident that this is what we don't have to do. It is not going to fit. We have learned a lot. Some of them that we have worked really well and others not. And that's the ones as well that we have to learn so well. We make sure that we make the right calls and we are all human beings. And unfortunately, nobody's got a crystal ball here. This man chats so much flipping waffle, bruv. He said, what he said there was a whole lot of nothing, bruv. Literally a whole lot of nothing, bruv. That's literally what he just done. He said a whole lot of nothing. It's pathetic. That if you're not clever enough, fam, you could easily get twanged by this manager. That's why the top gooners flipping make all these excuses, because this manager makes the same fucking excuses. You know what I mean? It's a joke. On if the hierarchy on the top 6 has gone, he said, I think the level has gone to something bigger than what we expected in the previous 12 months, last season, and past experience. I know a lot of the coaches and we had discussions about that. So it's frightening the way it's evolving, how competitive it is, how difficult it is to win, the margins, why you don't win, why you won't win, and why you don't win the Premier League is incredible. So next season is going to be even more difficult. Exactly. And that's why you missed your chance, bruv. And that's why, yeah, you need to be sacked. You need to be sacked. You know what I mean? You need to be sacked on the spot. On if Newcastle could be in the conversation of title contenders next season. Yeah, they certainly built the squad. They have the quality and it's very clear identity on top of that. It would be very dependent on teams are in Europe or not in Europe, playing once a week or 3 times a week. That's a massive change as well. And we've all experienced that. On if we're relieved and not involved in the World Cup in the summer, we would. I'm doing something. Okay, now we're ruining my life, man. Sorry, people. Where was I? On if we were not to be involved in the World Cup in the summer. We would love to be part of that certainty, but the way the squad is at the moment, with the numbers that we have, I would not put so much stress on the squad. It's not a choice. We are not in it, and we have to plan the squad, and we're not going to have available if we want to win these competitions, and we certainly have to evolve. Bollocks, mate. Absolute bollocks. On if the new transfer window creates an opportunity for us to exploit, there is an opportunity, guys. An opportunity, guys. If you don't use it to your benefit and do it, we are very much aware of that, and we'll see what we can do. Oh my god, this manager, bro. Honestly, that just reading this, yeah, is just giving me a fucking headache, bro. My god. Let's just go through the rest of this, bro, and whatever, man. On what we're planning to do, another camp in pre-season, yeah. The players are demanding it nowadays. I think it's impossible to have 4, 5, 6 weeks on your sunbed, putting sun cream on and just ordering drinks. 6 weeks later, we go full gas tour and 65 games. I think it's impossible. They demand themselves to be in the best possible condition, and we are really lucky because we have boys that they want to spend the summer with their families and with them, so they want to be together as well. So they pick a place that we can all do that to facilitate that, and more than welcome to do that. Yeah, whatever. So that place is divided, isn't it, really? On if we like to get business done early, well, clearly not, fam. Over the last few years, you ain't got no business done early. You've barely done fucking business. You get me? You know, hopefully this summer will be different. Hopefully. But we'll see, people. We will see. On paper, I think every club, every manager, and every player wants to be in the building on day one and get that transition and that adaptation as quickly as possible. The reality is that sometimes it's possible and sometimes it's very difficult. But it's the ideal scenario on paper. Sorry, Mikel, but he did not answer the fucking question, brother. He said, would we like to get business done early? Man literally just skirted around that whole question, bruv. Talking about every manager. No, he's talking about you, bruv. Honestly, this manager, yeah, he can't answer questions properly. He can't do it. He's incapable of answering questions properly. I swear to God, fam. Pissing me off, bruv. This is why I can't do his press conference reactions, bruv. Yeah, this is why I don't like listening to this guy, bruv. Because I end up having to slap him, bruv. I swear down, fam. You know what I mean? On if this is taken for granted and we qualify regularly for the Champions League, I think you ask any manager at the end of the season, oh my God, can you promise to be in the Champions League next season? I don't know who is going to say yes. So that tells you the story. We know about the difficulties, but we understand the expectations. Do you? If you understood the expectations, fam, yeah, then why are you making bare excuses for the reason why you didn't win this season? And how people think that they can get to sustainability, stability, and to be in the best position as a football club, as a squad, as a team. You certainly have to be in that competition. Honestly, this manager's cracking me. And the last one, he says, on Arsene Wenger saying that being top 4 is like winning a trophy. Oh, God. Wenger needs to answer for them crimes there, bro. I'm telling you. So I don't know how those words were used in the past, so I'm not going to fall into that trap. Well, you fell into a lot more traps than that, my brother. You get me? So, you know. But there you go, people. That's the press conference reaction for Arteta Numpsy. You get me? Let me know what you thought about that press conferences, because I thought that was a whole heap of fucking bullshit, bro. If I'm being honest, you get me? But let me know what you think about that press conference. Do you agree with this crackhead, or do you think he's just chatting shit? Leave it down there below in the comments, bruv. You get me? By the time you see this, it'll be in the morning. But have a good morning, people. Bless up. You get me? Love for the love, people. And I'll see you on the next stream. Blessings and love. Liontekz TV is out. Bless up. Love every time.